Welcome back, my friends, ladies and gentlemen, to another brand new video. I'm here in America. Just kidding. I'm here in China, in Tibet. The question that I have to pose for you here is America a degenerate country? Is America a land of degenerates? And I'm going to say yes, largely it is. That land is a degenerate land. You know, there's an old myth, maybe it's fact, that in the Cold War between the United States and Russia, Russian KGB agents devised a plan on how to topple the American regime. And they decided that they're going to infiltrate the American culture and ruin it from the inside by creating all sorts of immoral ideas and beliefs and systems. And slowly that has happened, and it's happening. So America, and largely these Western countries that are similar to the United States, are like rotting inside. Rotting with what? You wouldn't be able to tell. It's like they're rotting from eating too much candy or too much sugar or too much lollipops. Your teeth are going to be rotting. That's how it feels like. The only thing America has going for it, largely, is the freedom of speech, which is unparalleled to anything. And that one thing by itself maybe rules out every other country on earth, simply because you can speak, at least that's what they say, and there having been no consequences. Well, of course there's consequences for everything we do, but at least that's the standard they uphold. Another large very important thing about the United States, that it has this power structure called Matutapila. It's the power center of that nation. So that's another thing that the United States is going for it. And third, it's a very wealthy country. So enough talking about the United States. I'm here in China, in Tibet. First time being in China. I'm walking around. Maybe, hopefully, you can feel the presence in this video. And, whoop, well, maybe... Maybe you don't feel so much like that. I just slipped. But yes, maybe you can feel the peace and the calm that's here. It's amazing. I've never been to a place that feels as peaceful, as calm, as serene as this. Maybe it's because it's a small town, but I've been to small towns in the world. It's not like that. This, I think, largely is because it is a communist-run state. Communism, whatever you want to say about communism. I've learned a few things about history. Communism is like that. But the results right now, as I'm speaking to you from here, is that this land is controlled. You know, there's lots of control here. Control in what sense? Control in the fact that you can't really do crimes here. You can't get away with disobeying the law. There are too many security cameras. The AI systems are too advanced for you to think that you're going to evade the law. It's unlikely. And it makes me very happy, as I was crossing the checkpoint between Nepal and going into China, that the AI technology is getting so much better that it's going to be extremely difficult to get away with crimes and to commit crimes in the first place. Well, of course, everything in life has a double-edged sword, and this is no exception. That if someone makes these rules and they decide, hey, you know what, I don't really like this man, or I don't like what he's doing, or whatever, that could also hinder you. So, but that's with everything in life, my friends. You can't get away with that. Just trying to figure out where I'm going here in Tibet. What's more is that America, I've been to America. It is the land of predators. Maybe if you're an American listening to me now for the first time, you're thinking to yourself, oh wow, that's me, I'm a predator, and yes, absolutely, I love being a predator. But that's not the case, because if you're in a land of predators, you're also a predator. You're also a prey. So it doesn't work just you being a predator and everyone else is a prey. No, you're in the land of predators and you're a prey to everyone else. Or you may be a predator to some people, but you're a prey to others. And largely that's because of the firearms that are there, which not really wise or smart. I wouldn't want to live in the United States. Maybe I will have some future in the US in the future when I earn a substantial amount of money, because that's the only way that I'm going to go to the United States, is if I can build myself a compound. You know, that's the land to build a kingdom, and for you to become a king. You can become a true and actual king in the United States. You can't really do that anywhere else because, you know, if you're on this land, you're subservient to someone else. In this case, being the current people. And similarly with every other Western, every other country except the United States and a very small select group of countries, where if you have enough resources, you basically decide what your environment is and you decide everything about your life, which is very, very beautiful. So if I can build myself a compound, if I can establish a kingdom for myself, then fantastic. That's the land to go. That's the land to run away to, the United States. But I don't plan on living in China. I love saying China. It always reminds me of Donald Trump. It's just not the vibe for me, yet extremely peaceful, extremely safe. I'm still trying to rework why this is or how this has happened, and again, this is not the case in everywhere, and I know the things that are happening also. But yeah, just wanted to share some thoughts with you, initial thoughts on this land, the CCP, Chinese Communist Party, how they're running this place. And one thing I will add here, this is the most important thing that I have to add, is because I'm from Canada, I'm a Canadian citizen, I have a Canadian passport, and I haven't been traveling in my life except this year, really, 2018. I'm sorry, when I'm 28, 2024. And living in Canada, seeing the world news and seeing how things are happening outside of my country, it feels very frustrating and uncomfortable to see how human beings are treating themselves and to see how unjust some parts of the world are, this part of the world also specifically, and seeing the news and seeing the way things are run, and I just felt so much anger. Oh, why are they doing this? And now, having actually come here, having my body touch this energy and taste of this land, I'm going to eat the food here very soon. It makes me realize two things. Number one is that people everywhere on the planet Earth just want safety for themselves. They want comfortable living, and they want prosperity, wealth, the fruits of life. Everyone wants that. If you're confused in your mind, maybe your way of going about it is a little bit wrong, like like North Korea. That's a very, very harsh and painful example. But still, nonetheless, being so far away from them, now I understand what that kind of is like. And that land is also quite bad and painful. But yes, we're all human beings. It's not like, there's some sort of demonic beings or some goblins or gremlins or whatever, space aliens. No, just human beings here. And we're all learning to figure this out and do what's best for us. And yeah, so I'm just most importantly in awe and shock of how this whole place is and how this land is. Totally in contrast to what I was expecting and to what I was kind of fearing. That's just not the case. So I have high hopes for the future. Some ideas that are going around the internet saying some things about the future of human beings and how certain parties want to take control over other parties. And I'm sure in some sense that's also happening. But also have large amounts of faith and trust that the advancement of technology and how it's being implemented is for the betterment of humanity, and for the future it's going to be so much easier to live and be alive, and less crime, and easier living conditions, and healthier body, and everything is to the positive. So let's continue in that direction, ladies and gentlemen, my friends. And yes, travel, visit different countries, visit the United States, visit Canada, visit Mexico, visit wherever you are, wherever you're not, go and spend time there, because it'll change your life. It'll change who you are. It'll change your perspective very, very drastically. And I'm sure there was one thing that I wanted to add here. I'm going to pause and try to remember. And yes, watching the world news and watching how the current administration here in this land, how they're conducting things, it made me very angry. But now actually being here and getting a taste of what this is like, they're also human beings, and they also want pleasure and avoiding pain, and they want happiness. And these systems have been built like this. So lots of cameras here in this part of the world, and to me, if the cameras are being run and enforced with positive and ethical human beings, then it can be a great tool, a fantastic tool for avoiding crime, for punishing crime, and for making a more peaceful world. So that's it, my friends, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for watching. Tomorrow I'm going to drive to Lake Manasarovar, which will be 5, 6, 7 hours drive. I'll stay in a hotel close to the lake, and then the next day after today, so the day after tomorrow, I will actually be at the lake, and then the next day after that, I will be in Kailash. That's it. Bye.